hearing that we have a political violence problem in America, but we don't have a political violence problem in America. We have a left-wing political violence problem in America. YouGov asked the question, do you consider it acceptable or unacceptable for a person to be happy about the death of a public figure they oppose? 91% of people who are very conservative, 90% of people who are conservative said absolutely not. On the left, 56% who were very liberal said it was wrong to celebrate the death of someone who they politically oppose. 24% had said it was acceptable. Another 20 weren't sure. Same question as to whether it was political violence was acceptable. 83% of conservatives, 88% of very conservatives said political violence never acceptable. Only 68% of liberals said political violence wasn't acceptable, and 55% of those who are very liberal. There is a problem on the left with acceptance and legitimization of political violence.
And there can be no more discussions. We have tried. Charlie Kirk tried. And we are done. It is time for the children to get the spanking of a lifetime. Michael Charbon of the Charbon Report, also Newsmax on the Newsmax hotline. By the way, real quick, Schwinn Stingray, Bubble Yum, Dukes of Hazzard, All in the Family, Schoolhouse Rock. I'm a Generation Xer. Michael Charbon, go ahead.
All right, you look wonderful, Rob Carson.
I am what are you? What are you? You're a boomer?
Silver fox devil with chiseled. I mean, you could have been a fighter pilot, quarterback. We love you, Rob Carson.
I have a date, by the way. Did you know? Just off the subject, I got a date. I actually have a date. It's kind of weird. It's not really a date, but it's kind of a date. You're
having your ducks cleaned.
Yes, that's pretty much it. They're going to come out and duck. Boy, my ducks have been jammed up for. We were not going to get into this. Let's move back to the subject.
That's another discussion. I wanted to bring up a point which was interesting.
Go ahead.
You know, when you talk about free speech and you talk about colleges and universities, here are the top 5 colleges ranked for the best for free speech: University of Virginia, Michigan Technology, Florida State, Eastern Kentucky, and Georgia Tech. Those are the 5 top universities and colleges, if you wish, for free speech that support both sides of the disagreement, right?
Yes.
You know who the worst are? You ready for this?
Berkeley.
Harvard is at the bottom.
Of course.
Then there's Columbia, New York University, UPenn, and Bernard College. Those are the worst. That means it's trouble. Trouble in River City when you can't be able to hear the other side of an agreement or a disagreement.
Well, it's worse than that. It's worse than that, Michael. It's the class of 1968, and they have Barack Obama was the first progeny. The class of 1968, the radical Marxist left, he had his political career started in the living room of Weather Underground radicals. He is a Marxist communist. He wanted to fundamentally remake America, and he almost did it if it weren't for us meddling kids. Came real close to it. And they have done nothing more than become brainwash factories, and they're getting their comeuppance, Michael. This is why Donald Trump is the president. He's going after the funding of these institutions, and he's exposing the rot and the anti-Semitism of these universities. And this indoctrination factories have been closed down. They have been closed down, and the left is getting the biggest comeuppance of all. And I said that there was going to be a global-wide mobilization toward freedom and a godly movement. What happened to Charlie Kirk expedited that, and I don't believe there's any stopping it, Michael.
I think you're 100% correct. We still see, I mean, there was a class of grade 5 and 6 students in Canada that were exposed to the YouTube assassination video where you saw the shot at the side. You and I had just gotten off the radio, and I forwarded it to you right away, and you didn't want to look at it, and I don't blame you.
No.
But I'm going to tell you, that kind of stuff is shocking. You know, but the one thing that Charlie Kirk did was talk about discussion. And he said a lot of things that Canadians really acknowledge. You know what? Here's a couple of quotes. Here's a couple of classic Charlie Kirk quotes. He said, "I would deport Justin Trudeau on the first day. That guy sucks." And Mr. Trudeau, when you're playing defense, you're already losing. And finally, he said, Charlie Kirk, make Canada great again. What's wrong with any of that? That resonates with Canada. And he started a fire where people are saying, you know what? I'm not going to keep quiet anymore.
You know, this is happening. You saw it's happening in Great Britain. And I had the opportunity a couple weeks ago to go to an event where Nigel Farage was speaking. And I got to meet and talk to Nigel Farage actually for about a half an hour. I had a delightful conversation with him. And and the people of Great Britain, and I'm not talking about white people who've been there forever. I'm talking about people who are citizens of Great Britain in good standing. They still yearn for the days of Winston Churchill and Maggie Thatcher. That fire is still there, and it's been ignited. And the same goes for France. They're done with all of this nonsense, the open borders, the radical Islamists, and all of this. And I think that same thing is coming to Canada. Canada's a little bit behind the ball here, but it's coming, and I think this is going to accelerate it, Michael.
I totally agree with you. What Le Pen is doing in France is going to turn the switch. What 1 million people in London did says, I don't recognize the London and the England that I grew up in, and this is wrong. If you want to come to our nation, any nation, free nation, any nation, you don't bring your problems and try to inject them into the place that you're there. You aspire to work with the community that you're coming to and make it better, not inflict the rot that you're leaving in where you're sitting.
Yeah, it's. I do believe we are in a period of great awakening, and I knew it was going to happen when Donald Trump was elected. But I know that Charlie Kirk has his murder, his assassination. It's still hard to say. Charlie Kirk's assassination. It has set the world on fire, and it's going to be for good. You know, before I go, I want to mention that I did not play this at the beginning of the segment. And I am ashamed of that, Michael Charbon. You got to be introduced with...
You're the best. You're the best. You do the most amount of research. People don't know the prep that you do because you and I talk, we text back and forth. I see your posts. I know what you do. Rob, this is a turning point for you as well. And don't let your voice grow dim.
Listen to
me. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm telling you, we love you, Rob Carson.
You listen to me, Michael Charbon. There's a reason why we have come together at this moment in history, all of us, everyone with earshot of this broadcast. There is a reason why we have come to this, and we came here together, and we're going to change the world, and we're going to save it. God bless you, my Canadian brother. Where can people find you on the interweb?
The CharbonReport.com or Michael A. Charbon. I'm also on LinkedIn and Facebook. Thank you very much, Rob Carson.
Well, that's like it was Sunday. Thank you, Michael. I'll let Rush close it out.
Guess what?
It is the Rob Carson Show.